Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. This is the first video in a series of two videos where we will be talking about the previous year's questions from art and culture. Okay, so in this video, we will be talking about all the questions that were asked in the year 2013 to 2017 from art and culture in the UPSC Prelims examination. Before we continue with this video, if you have not watched the other series of the videos by the Legacy IAS, I would recommend you to go watch the previous year's questions of ancient history, geography, polity and environment before continuing with this video. So remember, this is the first video in a series, and after this we will also be coming up with the previous year's questions from 2018 to 2022. Please don't forget to check out that video also. So let's begin. The first question that was asked in the year 2017 with reference to the difference between culture of the Rigvedic Aryans and the Indus Valley people. Okay, see, these are the very two important topics when we talk about the ancient history and the art and culture, that is IVC and the Rigvedic period. With the difference between the cultures of the Rigvedic period and the people of IVC, which of the following statements are correct? Rigvedic Aryans used the coat of mail and helmet in warfare, whereas the people of the Indus Valley Civilization did not leave any evidence of using them. Okay, see, IVC, when we talk about IVC, neither in the NCERT nor in the Poonam Dalal Dahiya, which is the most famous reference book that the people go through, they have not mentioned about the warfare in the IVC. So with this, you can consider this statement to be true. You can consider this statement to be true. Rigvedic Aryans knew gold, silver, copper, whereas the Indus Valley people knew only copper and iron. Outrightly a wrong statement, because the people of the Indus Valley civilization knew bronze. So see, that is the reason why the IVC, which stretched between 3200 BC to 1500 BC, is also called as the Bronze Age. Okay, so 4000 to 800 BC, 4000 BC to 800 or 750 BC is considered to be a Chalcolithic. Okay, so inside the Chalcolithic, you have a Bronze Age, that is the people of IVC. They used extensively, they used bronze, and bronze is an alloy of tin and copper. Okay, which means they also had the technology to manufacture bronze, which was an alloy. So considering this, you can eliminate statement 2. Okay, so B is gone and the D is gone. Rigvedic Aryans had domesticated the horse, whereas there is no evidence of the Indus Valley people having been aware of this animal. So the correct answer is 1 and 3. By elimination method, we were able to eliminate two important options from one statement. With reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. Sautrantika and Samitya were the sects of Jainism. Okay, were the sects of Jainism. Sarvastivada held that the constituents of the phenomena were not wholly momentary but existed forever in the latent form. Okay, very two important statements with respect to Buddhism, Jainism. Sautrantika and Samitya were the sects of Jainism. Okay, correct, agreed. Sarvastivadana held that the constituents of the phenomena were not wholly momentary but existed forever in the latent form. See, this is what is about Sarvastivadana. It talks about the theory of existence. Theory of existence. So the second statement we can consider it to be correct. Okay, whereas the first statement, Sautrantika and Samitya were the sects of Buddhism, because of which the first statement is incorrect and the second statement is correct. So the option B is the correct answer. Which of the following was a very important seaport of the Kakatiya kingdom? Okay, very important seaport of the Kakatiya kingdom. See, you will be very much tentative to mark Machilipatnam as the answer, whereas the Machilipatnam was the seaport of Golconda Sultans and not Kakatiya Empire. Okay, so the correct answer here is Motupalli. Okay, Motupalli, through which Marco Polo also entered India. Okay, so this is a very important seaport for the Kakatiya dynasty in the eastern coast of India. Next question. The painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and the illustrated paintings at. See, these are the very, very important type of questions that are asked in the examination. Okay, so and you will find this information in the NCERT. Okay, Introduction to Indian Art, class 11th. Okay, a very small book. You will find information. You will also have the images of the Padmapani and the Vajrapani Bodhisattva in these books. So the correct answer is Ajanta. Okay, at Ajanta we have the Padmapani painting of the Padmapani and the Vajrapani Bodhisattva. Okay, consider the following pairs: traditions and the communities. Okay, Chalina Sahib Festival, Chaliha Sahib Festival, Sindhis, Nandaraj Jat Yatra, this is famously called as Raj Yatra. Okay, this is famously called as Raj Yatra. Wari Warkari, Santhals. Okay, so this is the communities and this is the tradition. Which among the following pairs given above are correctly matched? Okay, see, Raj Yatra is a very, very famous in Uttarakhand. Okay, Chamoli district of Uttarakhand is where this important festival is celebrated, which means the second option is incorrect. Eliminate 2. Clear? Warkari, that is Wari Warkari, doesn't pertain to Santhals, whereas if you have studied Bhakti and Sufi movement, you would know Warkaris are the sect of Bhakti saints very much confined to Vittoba, that is Vithala in Pandrapura. So that is Wari Warkari tradition. Okay, not related to Santhals, but related to a cult, a group of people in Bhakti and Sufi movement related to Vaishnavism or Krishna, the worshippers of Krishna, that is Vithala, Vittoba, are Wari Warkaris. So the third statement is also incorrect. So the correct answer is A, that is option 1. Chaliha Sahib Festival of Sindhi community. Again, with the optional elimination techniques, we are able to arrive at the answer. Which of the following are the famous for Sun Temple? See, this question we will not be solving with the knowledge, whereas we will be solving this with the logic. Okay, we'll completely rely on logic to solve this particular question. Arasavalli, Amarkantak, Omkareshwar. Okay, select the correct answer using the codes given below. Just think over. Look at this, Omkareshwar. Okay, as the name itself suggests, this is a Shiva temple. Correct. Amarkantak is a very well known in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Amarkantak, the place where the Narmada river actually originates. It is not the scene of Sun Temple. See, Arasavalli is the correct answer. We are not using any knowledge here. All we are using is the elimination of the Omkareshwar. As the name itself suggests, it is Omkareshwar, which it has to be a Shiva temple and not a Sun temple. Next question. With reference to Manipuri Sankirtana, consider the following statements. It is a song and a dance performance. Okay. Cymbals are only the musical instruments used in the performance. Okay, only the extreme statement. We are looking at the extreme statement here. It is performed to narrate the life and the deeds of Lord Krishna. Okay, see, optional elimination technique says if at all there are any extreme statements, you can completely eliminate those extreme statements and you will find the answer. Eliminate 2, you will have the answer. Whereas B is the correct answer. See, Manipuri Sankirtana was in news and the question was asked because it was added to the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Okay, it was added to the list of Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity in the year 2013. Okay, and this is a song and the dance performance specifically to the Vaishnava sect. Okay, Vaishnava sect in Manipur. Okay, so the drums are also used as the musical instruments in performing this particular dance. Okay, so this is about Manipuri Sankirtana. Next question. In the context of the history of India, consider the following statements. Eripatti, Taniyurs and Ghatikas. Okay, very, very important terms. Whenever I talk about the terms in the ancient and the medieval history class, I always tell you that You will just need to know the meaning of that particular term. If you know the meaning, then things will become very, very easy. You just have to memorize this. You don't have an option. You have to list all the terms on one piece of paper. Keep looking at it very often so that it gets imprinted in your mind. See, let's talk about the third one, Ghatikas. Colleges generally attached to the temples. See, in the ancient history, you would have heard about Agraharas. Agraharas are the places where the Brahmanas actually live. Okay, the community of the Brahmanas live. So that particular place is called as Agrahara. And Agrahara is also a term given to a large college. Okay, it's a large place where actually the propagation of knowledge and the teaching happens. That is Agrahara. If that is small, then it is called as Ghatika. It is called as Ghatika, which means the third statement is correct. Taniyurs. Villages donated to a single Brahman or a group of Brahmanas. Very, very wrong. Taniyurs under the Cholas means the revenue village. A group of villages which is a revenue block. You can call it as a revenue block. So the second statement is very, very incorrect. And the third is correct. So the correct answer is D. Whereas Eripatti are the tank lands. So the correct answer is 1 and 3. Who of the following had first deciphered the edicts of Emperor Ashoka? Very, very factual question. If you know this question, you know this question. If you don't know this question, you don't know this question. You can't eliminate options here because all the options would look very, very much similar. The correct answer is James Princip. In the year 1837, he was the first one to decipher the Ashokan edicts. With reference to the cultural history of India, memorizing of chronicles, dynastic histories, and the epic tales was the profession of who of the following? Who were the people who were actually involved in memorizing chronicles, dynastic histories, and the epic tales? Who were the people actually doing it? Shramana? No. Parivrajaka? No. Agraharika? No. The correct answer is Magadha, option D. Okay, see, Magadhas are the descendants of priestly class. They are the descendants of the priestly class. So during the Vedic period, these are the people who were professionals in memorizing chronicles and the dynastic histories. If you talk about Shramana is a person who has sacrificed things. Buddhism and Jainism are called as the Shramana sects. Okay, which means they don't involve the priest of the highly class to propagate the religious knowledge. So that is Shramana. Parivrajaka is a wanderer who just keeps on traveling around. Agraharika is a Brahmana who is a scholar. Okay, he is not the one who is very much into memorizing the chronicles and the dynastic histories. Okay, so that is Magadha, who are the descendants of priests of the Vedic period. Which one of the following books of the ancient India has the love story of the son of the founder of the Shunga dynasty? See, in order to answer this art and culture question, it is very much imperative for you to know the knowledge of ancient history. When we talk about the Shunga Empire, before the Shunga Empire, we had Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of the Mauryan Empire, and the last ruler of the Mauryan Empire was a person called Brihadrata. Okay, Brihadrata was the last ruler of the Mauryan Empire. So what happened to Brihadrata? Brihadrata was a very infamous or an unfamous ruler. He did not enjoy the popularity of people. He had increased the taxes. He did not even care about the welfare of people. So Brihadrata was assassinated by his own commander or minister, a person called Pushyamitra Shunga. Okay, Pushyamitra Shunga assassinated Brihadrata, ended Mauryan Empire, and remember, Pushyamitra Shunga was also a Brahmana. He even conducted two Ashwamedha Yagas. Okay, so Pushyamitra Shunga ended Mauryan Empire and gave rise to Shunga dynasty. This son of Pushyamitra Shunga was a person called Agnimitra. Okay, this is what is the Malavika Agnimitra. That was the love story of the son of the founder of the Shunga dynasty. Clear? Meghdoota, we have talked about this, written by Kalidasa. Meghaduta. Ratnavali, we've talked about Ratnavali also, written by Harsha, that is Harshavardhana. So the correct answer is option B, Malavikagni-Mitra. With reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statement. Religious history of India, consider the following statements. The concept of Bodhisattva is central to Hinayana sect of Buddhism, outrightly a wrong statement. The concept of Bodhisattva is central to Mahayana sect of Buddhism and not Hinayana sect of Buddhism. Eliminate option 1. 2 is correct. Let's shift to statement 3. Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all the sentient beings on their path to it. Very, very true statement. This is what the concept of Bodhisattva is all about. Buddha talks about 10 realms of life. He says every human being in the first stage, when he is born as an asura. Over a period of time, he transmigrates from one stage of the life to the other stage, and the 10th stage is the stage of Buddha. Okay, this is the first stage. You will have the second stage, you will have the third stage, you will have the fourth stage, fifth stage. Like that, you will have the 9th stage. And this 9th stage is Bodhisattva. Clear? So who is this Bodhisattva? The person who is delaying his attainment of the status of Buddha to help people in these stages is a person called Bodhisattva. And selflessness is a very integral virtue of a Bodhisattva. Okay, this is about this particular question. So now the correct answer is option B. What is or common to the two historical places known as Ajanta and Mahabalipuram? Okay, Ajanta and the Ellora caves of Maharashtra and Mahabalipuram in Tamil Nadu. What are common to this? Both were built in the same time period. Very, very wrong. Both were not built in the same time period. The Ajanta dates back to somewhere around 3rd BC to 6th century AD. Okay, so huge time period. Whereas Mahabalipuram, which was constructed during the time of Pallava Empire, dates back to somewhere around 6th century to 7th century AD. This is the time period of the Mahabalipuram. Mamallapuram, as it is also called as. So the first statement is incorrect. Eliminate 1. Both belong to the same religious denomination. How can they belong to the same religious denomination? Whereas Ajanta talks about Buddhism and Mahabalipuram talks about Hinduism. They are not. Okay, see here we have the penance of Arjuna. Okay, Kiratarjunaya. Kiratarjunaya is a very important sculpture that we have at Mahabalipuram. But so that pertains to Hinduism, and Ajanta talks about Buddhism. It revolves around Buddhism. Second statement is also incorrect. So the only option that we have should be B or D. Both have rock cut monuments. Very true. Both have rock cut monuments. Ajanta and also Mahabalipuram has rock cut monuments. Kalamkari painting refers to. What do you understand by Kalamkari painting? See, if you have talked about in Nitin Singhania art and architecture, if you have referred to the chapter of painting, and specifically if you have referred to the heading of folk painting or the tribal painting, you cannot miss Kalamkari. Even if you have read the statement once, even if you know what Kalamkari once, you will be able to mark the answer. Hand painted decorative, hand painted cotton textiles of South India. The statement A is the correct answer. A handmade drawing on the bamboo handicrafts in Northeast India? No. Block painted woolen cloth in the Western Himalayas? No. Hand painted decorative silk cloth in the Northwestern India? No. It is very much specific to Maharashtra, that is South India. It's a hand painted cotton textile of South India. 16. With reference to the art and archaeological history of India, which one among the following was made earliest? Again, a question on the chronology. The questions on the chronological order are continuously being picked by the UPSC. Okay, so you shouldn't neglect it. Lingaraja Temple of Bhubaneswar, Rocket Elephant at Dhauli, Rocket Monuments at Mahabalipuram, Varaha Image at Udaigiri. Just by looking at these four, I can easily say the correct answer is B. Okay, because Rocket Elephant at Dhauli was the one which was built during the time of Ashoka. Okay, 273 to 231 BC is the time period of Ashoka. Talk about Bhubaneswar Lingaraja temple. Lingaraja temple was built around 11th century. When we talk about Mahabalipuram, which was built again at 6th century or the 7th century during the time of Pallavas. So the earliest built was the rocket elephant at Dhauli in Odisha. Which one of the following pairs does not form the part of the 6 systems of the Indian philosophy? Does not form. Okay, again I'm reminding you, there is a very specific chapter of philosophy in art and culture, Nitin Singhania. Just go through that chapter, make a note of 1 or 2 pages and that would suffice. Okay, so initially we will be talking about the orthodox and the heterodox philosophy. Under the orthodox philosophy, we will have the Hindu philosophy, that is Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga. All these are the 6 systems of Indian philosophy, and the one that is not is Lokayata and Kapalika. With reference to the famous Satriya dance, again a question from dance, Satriya dance, consider the following statements. Satriya is a combination of music, dance and drama. It is centuries old living tradition of Vaishnavites of Assam. It is based on the classical ragas and the talas of the devotional songs. Until this, the statement is correct. It is based on the classical ragas, talas of the devotional songs. It is correct. Composed by Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai. This is an extreme one. So eliminate 3. The correct answer is 1 and 2. Okay. With reference to the Indian history of art and culture, consider the following pairs. Okay, consider the following pairs. A grand image of the Buddha's Mahaparinirvana with numerous celestial musicians above and the sorrowful figures of his followers below is at Ajanta. Very true. A huge image of the Varaha avatar of Vishnu. He rescues goddess Earth from the deep chaotic waters sculpted on the rock. No, this is not at Mount Abu. This is Varaha. Varaha holding the mother Earth. It is not at Mount Abu. So eliminate 2. 1 is true. So the correct answer is C. Arjunan's penance of the descent of the Ganges has been the surface of the huge boulders in Mahabalipuram. This is what I was talking about. There was a question where Mahabalipuram and the Ajanta belong to the same religion, where Mahabalipuram talks about the Hindu religion and the Ajanta talks about the Buddhism. Okay, so the correct answer is C. With reference to India's culture and tradition, what is Kalari Payattu? Okay, what is Kalari Payattu? So if you are very much from the down south, so this question would be a sitter question because you would have been heard about it. The way you would have heard about Bhutakola, the way you would have heard about Yakshagana, okay, the way you would have heard about Kambala, which was in use. So you would have also been heard about Kalari Payattu. So the correct answer is, it is an ancient martial art and the living tradition in some parts of South India. To be very, very specific, it is Kerala. Next question. With reference to Buddhist history, tradition and culture in India, consider the following pairs. Taboo Monastery and Temple Complex in Spiti Valley, very, very true, in the Himachal Pradesh. Hotsawa Lakang Temple in Zanskar Valley. Zanskar Valley is in Ladakh, that is Jammu Kashmir, but this temple is also in Himachal Pradesh and not in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, as of now, it is the Union Territory that we're talking about, but the second statement is a wrong one. So eliminate 2. The first is correct. Third, Alchi Temple Complex of the Ladakh, very true. The correct answer is C, 1 and 3 only. Which of the following characterization or the characterizes the temple of Indus Valley or the people of the Indus Valley Civilization? Okay, which of these are the characteristics of the Indus Valley Civilization? They possessed great palaces and temples. Nowhere in the IBC we have talked about great palaces and temples. Okay, so though we had citadel, which was an elevated area, we don't talk about palaces at all. And though we had some evidences to prove idol worship, we did not find temples at IBC, which means the first statement is incorrect. You can eliminate this. They worshipped both male and female deities, very, very true. They had bearded priests, Okay, they had Pashupati seal. We have the Pashupati seal. We've got the Pashupati seal. We also have got the mother goddess, terracotta mother goddess. So they worshipped both male and female deities. They employed horse-drawn chariots in the warfare. Again, I'm telling you, this is the second statement where the UPSC has talked about the warfare in the IVC. No evidence of the warfare in the IVC. No horse during the IVC. No horse-drawn chariots for the warfare in the IVC. So the correct option is option B. Some Buddhist rock-cut caves are called as chaityas, okay, while the others are called as viharas. What is the difference between the two? Okay, chaityas and viharas. When we talk about the art and architecture of the Buddhism, we will be talking about what is chaitya and what is vihara. Here the UPSC has just asked the meaning of chaitya and vihara. Okay, chaitya is a place of worship, while vihara is a dwelling place for the monks. Option B, that is the statement B, is the correct answer. Chaitya is a place where the Buddhist monks actually worship. Vihara is a place where they take rest. Consider the following historical places: Ajanta, Lepakshi, Sanchi Stupa. Which of the following places are known for mural paintings? Okay, which of the following places are known for mural paintings? Ajanta caves, we have the mural paintings. We have dying princess, we have flying apsara. Okay, so Lepakshi temple, we have the mural paintings. On the ceiling of the Lepakshi temple, we have Kiratarjuniya painting being painted. Okay, so the first two, Sanchi Stupa, we don't have the mural painting. So the correct answer is B, 1 and 2. Okay, I hope you have liked the video. If you have liked the video, please hit the like button. For more such enriching content, consider subscribing to Legacy IAS Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.